Well, folks, my last interview for the night at the Chinese fundraising dinner for the Kamara Gold Miners Memorial Garden. It's quite appropriate that Mike Keenan's here. Mike was here at the beginning. He's worked for the last 3 years solidly on it. Mike, how'd it go tonight?
I think it was fantastic, Bruce. There was some terrific items that were auctioned, and there were some really good spenders that actually really bought some really features for the Chinese garden, and I think it's a real credit to the Chinese community to get behind and promote their own people, basically. You know, it makes you feel proud that a nation that comes into New Zealand as miners wanting to honour their ancestors, I dare say.
The Kwandon Association
Yep.
and the connection with Westland is huge, isn't it?
Yes, it is actually, and that's it started with Simon Tam. Actually, he was the first president, and it was basically his idea that he actually spoke to Kerry Fitzgibbons and Kamara, and the seed was sown from there. And then Simon talked to Biddy Manera, and Biddy looked at one for Ross as well. So the Kwandon Association 10 years anniversary, and that was basically tonight's fundraiser. And I think they raised over about $22,000. There were a couple of real big items at the Kamara Chinese Garden were purchased tonight, and there was a lot of articles that people actually donated. And you know, I think the meal itself, I mean, a 7-course meal for $50, and I think, you know, they give $20 of that back to as the fundraiser as well, so could be anything up to $24,000 for the night, and you know, it's fantastic effort.
The food was awesome, wasn't it?
Oh, terrific. There was about 7 dishes, and I don't know where the Chinese put their food because they eat twice as much as I am, and I'm a fat boy.
Yeah, that's it, only little. Now, Mike, you're the chairman of the community group that's putting all the input now into the Wild Foods Festival. Welcome back.
Oh, it's been exciting actually. It's quite interesting to see the wild foods, and I think it's nice that they've looked at involving the community again. I think that's a thing that, you know, it's been lacking for a few years, is that it's nice to have. I'd like to think that there's a lot of community stallholders come back because the price is right for them, and also that we've got a special price for the West Coasters. That includes Buller Grey and Westland.
What's happening there?
We're looking for a special ticket price, so, you know, it'll be up on the website very soon, and I think it gives people an opportunity to get back and support it at a very reasonable price. I think we just got carried away with the price overheads and everything else, so I think it's very nice that we can actually get back to our grassroots of what the festival really started out to be as a community fundraising organisation group and the council, the facilitators.
So it sounds to me like, so there's a special West Coast rate?
Yes, there is.
And it's a cheapie?
Yes.
You beauty.
Yeah, it is.
When
Really good.
When do we know? When do we get told?
I think that we'll be in the paper next week, and I think it'll be on the website as well, so just have to... We don't want to let the cat out of the bag too much because we want to make sure that everything's all organised first before we actually say, because people will be ringing up and say, oh, they can't buy a ticket at that price, and we'd like to think that they're getting it for that good deal.
Oh, fantastic. And that means, if I'm thinking right, we're going to get a lot more numbers. We'll get a lot more locals.
Yeah, I think you will, and I think that's what we've sort of lacked over the years, that they've gone away because it's been priced out of the market for people. And I think if we can get the locals back supporting the event, because it's the biggest promotion and the biggest event on the West Coast, and it puts a blip on the, you know, international calendar as far as people coming to the event, and golden opportunity for a lot of not only community groups but businesses to actually do very well out of the Wild Foods Festival for that weekend, and the publicity that it gets, it really puts Hokitika on the map.
Well, I'm picking stallholders are going to make a lot more money this year than they did last year.
Yeah, I think they would, because I can remember that we worked for the Kamara Residency Trust, and we had a stall for the previous 2 years, and the products that we had were really out there to promote the Chinese gardens, but we hardly made any money. We were lucky to, I think it was about $225 for a day's hard day's work, and also the preparation of the food, because we had ducks' necks and ducks' heads and everything else that every Kiwi wouldn't eat, but you know, the Chinese seem to gobble them up no problem. So yeah, and I think that if the community groups do well, and I think it makes it very successful, I think they'll all want to come back again, and I think that'd be a great sign and good for the future of the festival.
Well, Mike, I'm doing my bit. I'm taking Boris the pig round.
Yep.
I've had him from little Gentle Annie up this side of Karamea. I've called into every pub on the way back. every motor camp, most accommodation places. Horace is absolutely, he's just loving it.
Really, yeah, it is. And it's been a good logo for the festival as well as the pig. We used to have it up at the council building. I'm not quite too sure how it's going now, whether it's been repaired that many times, but it always, I can remember when the wind was blowing pretty strongly one time, Elvis Schroeder rang us up at ungodly hour and said, "Oh, your pig's just about blowing. I'd hate to see it lose it." This is an 80-year-old lady, and it's really, really good, and the colours of the purple, it's really, really nice. I think it highlights who we are and what we are.
Well, folks, great to have Mike Keenan back on the reins, in control. And Mike, once again, every fundraiser that I've been to, you're there.
Oh, it's an opportunity. I think it's a matter of networking, Bruce. With the Quandon Association, it's been fantastic, and I've come over to a couple of these events just for a night of fundraising. And I think one night we actually had it on a Friday night, and I come over at 6 o'clock and I left at 10:30, and we raised $18,000 for that night. And it was amazing that I actually had to take some of that money back. I never got home till about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning or something because it's money. And I thought, oh, gee. It was quite incredible. And then when you told people that you raised, $18,000 for a one night, they couldn't believe it. I just think it's fantastic.
Well, hey, Mike, keep up the good work. You're a bloody great asset to Western. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bruce. Cheers.
Right.